Oh my gosh, you all. I'm so excited for another year. It seems wild to me that we are in the year 2025. Hello and Happy New Year. I hope you're all having a fantastic start to your January. Nothing like a good old protein coffee to get your day going, am I right? I started off the day with a Pilates class at my favorite studio ever, Forza. Love them so much. And I'm just so excited for the new year. I've got a lot of goals that I want to accomplish, a lot of things that I want to do. And I figured that we would just sit down, chit chat, and talk through those goals and intentions. And then also make sure that you all come along for the journey as well, because I want to bring you all along too. So, where do we start? Where do we start with this new year? I think we have to start with the fact that I have a major health update. 6 weeks ago, I was diagnosed with stage 4 lipedema. Made me very emotional at the time when I had that diagnosis come through, and now I've kind of come to terms with it. But it's one of those things that really rocks you and shakes you. And for those of you who don't know what lipedema is a fat building disease that is fibrotic fat that is throughout your trunk. So the upper part of your hips, thighs, butt, and it also affects your upper arms. It is completely out of your control. There's nothing that you can do to stop it from coming, and it doesn't go away unless you get surgery. When I was 13, I got my period and I gained 100 pounds over the course of a year, and no one could figure out what was wrong with me. Doctors would tell me that they think that I was insulin resistant, or that they thought I had a sensitivity to gluten. They thought I had a carbohydrate insensitivity, or they thought that I had PCOS, or that I needed to eat less food, or go on these really extreme diets. All for me to realize that I've had this disease my entire life. And the most wild part is that my mother, my grandmother, and my great-grandmother all had it as well. It's a disease that affects only women, and it's something that is so underdiagnosed, and it's very understudied, and it's a very complex and complicated disease because for so long, so many of us, at least me in particular, I've always thought that being fat was my fault. That I was doing something wrong, that I was eating something incorrectly, that I wasn't working out enough, that I wasn't eating well enough. And if you've been here on this channel, you know that I am an extremely active individual. I have always been this way. I started dancing when I was 4 years old. I was a multi-sport athlete, captain of the tennis team. I was a swimmer. I competitively swam. I played sports all throughout college. I was the girl who got up every morning and did 5 a.m. P90X classes and Zumba classes and literally everything that you can think of. I was on the CrossFit Club, and my whole life, I have always been big. Learning that I have lipedema was one of the most validating things ever for me because it was like, holy fuck. Now I understand why my body is the way that it is. And I understand that this is not anything that I can really do to change it. There are some dietary changes that you can make, and again, surgery that can help to alleviate further progression of the disease. But as I mentioned, I'm already at a stage 4, so we're in a little bit of a pickle. So coming to terms with the fact that I'm always going to have larger legs, a bigger butt, which I know everybody and their mother loves, and these really large arms is something that really, it's both validating and also disheartening at the same time, because I'm not going to be able to make changes to those areas in my body without having what's called lipolipedema surgery. And I know that eventually we'll be going down that path together, and I will be taking you all along for the conservative treatments that exist and things like that, and continuing to educate you all because it's something that's not talked about very much. And I really feel like it's something that it's going to be a big focus of 2025 for me with you all, of learning how to manage this disease, of figuring out new ways to fuel my body that don't further progress my disease that I have. And you know what's wild to me is that this year in particular, I've had several people who have commented that they think that I had lipedema. And I thought that I had it pretty early on in the year as well. But to be totally transparent, it's been challenging to find the right doctors who actually will say, yes, you have lipedema. So I went to my general practitioner and she told me, no, you just need to lose weight, which, hello, I've been trying to do that my whole life. And then I went to an endocrinologist who finally validated that, yes, you have lipedema. Yes, we believe that you've had it since you were 13 years old, and we need to refer you to a specialist. When I got referred to that specialist, the thing that was the most disheartening for me is that the specialist told me, you have progressed so significantly, and because of your age and your BMI, we aren't going to really be able to help you. So I actually have to seek out further specialists of the specialists. I don't know if that makes sense. It means that I'm going to be traveling to LA and to Arizona to visit some of the people who are the most renowned doctors and researchers in this field, because I know for sure that this is something that is going to have to be addressed and resolved. And I want to be able to continue to live a long and prosperous life and to feel healthy and to feel good. And while for the most part I do feel pretty good, I will say that I've always had heaviness in my legs. I've always had pain in my upper arms and never really understood why, when my dogs walk on my legs or when I get blood drawn, why it's excruciatingly painful to have pressure put on them. And totally TMI, anytime anybody touches the top part of my peaches, it is so excruciatingly painful. So that, certain SX position, I can never do it because it's too painful because of the pressure. And I never understood that. Getting massages is extremely painful for me. Never understood why. Now I have answers as to why those things have been occurring. And now we have to find solutions to make my life better, to make my life easier, to make my life feel optimal. So the biggest goal of 2025 is to continue to find the right doctors, the right specialists to help me manage this disease that I have recently discovered that I have. And it is going to be a big part of this channel. I'm going to be documenting my entire experience with lipedema and sharing that all with you all, because I do believe that it's so important that we share those things, especially things that we just don't know about. So if you're a person who's like me, you've got really, really large thighs and upper arms, you might have excess cellulite or extremely large varicose veins. If you have pain in your upper thighs, in your upper arms, if you feel like you're walking through water or quicksand all the time, you may want to explore and see if this is something that you might have as well. When I figured out that those things were all symptoms of lipedema and started doing research and reading research articles and books on this, it was totally mind-blowing to be like, holy fuck, I've literally had this disease my entire life. So that's 2025 goal number 1. We're managing this disease better. Building on the fact that that is something that I want to really be focused on, I'm actually going to be starting off this year with a Hard 75 challenge. My mom is doing it. She actually is the one who got me into it. I know that it's going to be a really great way for me to continue going into this year with such a great mindset, feeling strong, feeling powerful. And I will say, I know that Hard 75 is something that isn't for everyone. It's definitely a challenging thing to do. But I think for me and where I'm at, and knowing that I have this disease and knowing that I'm going to have to make some significant changes, it's going to be really helpful for me to just feel like I'm centering myself and starting off the year as strong as possible. So my plan is to continue to do my morning walks with my dog, which those walks every morning are around 40 to 45 minutes already. So my one workout outside is already naturally happening just with the way that my lifestyle is built. So the thing that will be increasing going into this new year is that I will be working out every single day for 75 days, doing classes, doing Pilates, barre-3, yoga, stretching. Sometimes I'll be going to high intensity training workouts. Sometimes I'll be going to kickboxing. But for sure, that is going to be the thing that upticks in my life. If you are new to working out and you are new to this whole entire lifestyle, I would not recommend that you consider starting Hard 75. It's not for beginners. It is for people who are looking to be more disciplined in their habits and in leveling up. So I would say if you are new to this journey and you know that 2 40-minute workouts a day is just not realistic for you, don't put that kind of stress on yourself. Commit to 75 days of intentional movement, whatever that means to yourself. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, a 30-minute workout, making sure that you're going for a walk every single day. It does not have to be 2 workouts a day. It doesn't have to be something that's so intense and so beyond what your capacity is, because I think we oftentimes do things that are so drastic that set us up for failure inherently. And that is not how I want any of you to go about starting your new year. I'm planning on starting my Hard 75 this upcoming Monday, January 5th. And I think it's going to be a really great way for me to continue to build on where I already am. I'm feeling extremely strong. I already move every single day outside for at least 40 minutes with my dog. And that's just a natural thing that is a built in habit that I already have. And I'm ready to take it to the next level. But this is not something that I recommend to someone if they're a beginner. I don't want you to set yourself up for failure. I don't want you to feel like you can't do all of these things and then you're already feeling as if, man, I've joined this challenge or I'm doing this thing and I didn't complete it, because that's not how I want to start my year, and that is not how I want other people to start their year either. I want you to start your year feeling strong, feeling powerful, feeling good about yourself. So Hard 75 is going to be the thing that we will really be focused on in this first quarter of the year. And again, it's going to start January 5th. I am very committed to coming out with a fitness program for you all. I get so many questions about this. And my hope is that by mid-March, I will have something ready to release. That is a big, big goal of mine as well for this upcoming year. I want to be more focused on building a community that feels empowered and inspired to move their body no matter what their size. So I've gotten some requests around doing chair exercises and chair workouts and walking indoors and things along those lines. So some of the workouts that I'll be releasing in this upcoming year will be a bit of a shift into a new direction of what I've typically created for you all. And I'm actually really excited about that. I'm excited to make sure that you feel that you have a workout and you can work out with someone that looks like you and meets you where you are. I don't want you to feel so entirely challenged and exhausted by thinking about incorporating more movement in your life. And so I think the chair workouts are going to be really, really great for those of you who have mobility issues. Another big goal of mine for this year is that I want to continue to travel more. I'm planning on spending part of April in Iceland and Copenhagen, and I think it's going to be a really great trip for me. And I know for sure that I'll have some other travel planned coming up in the rest of the year as well. I'm a maid of honor this year. I have several weddings that I'm going to be going to, bachelorette trips and things along those lines. And I'm really excited to continue to travel and to see different parts of the world. And so that's something that I know for me is a high value of mine and that I want to continue to do. The other thing that I want to be more mindful about is less spending. I don't want to overconsume. I don't want to buy things just because they're on sale. I really want to be selective with the things that I'm choosing to bring into my space, with the things that I'm choosing to buy to wear, because oftentimes I will buy things that just because it's on sale. I'll buy things because, oh, this might be cute, but it's final sale and I can't return it. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm only buying things if I really feel like I need them or if I'm run out of something. So I don't want to have excess. I still am never going to be a minimalist. I'm never going to be a person with a capsule wardrobe, but I do know for sure that the way in which I have consumed products and overspent over the last couple of years is something that I don't want to continue to do. So that will be a big shift for me as well. I also really want to get more involved within the Nashville community. Volunteering is something that I did so much when I was in college and pre-pandemic, and I really am excited to get back into working with Habitat for Humanity or volunteering at the local homeless shelters. I know for sure that's something that I want to prioritize in the way that I'm building community. I really want to be able to meet more people, make more friends, and feel like Nashville is the place that I'm really excited about calling home. And I love Nashville so much, but I know that this next year it's going to be even better. So, reflecting back on 2024, it's hard to believe that I moved to Nashville in March of last year and that I've only lived here for, is that 9 months now? I think it's wild how much my life has changed, and it's been all for the better. If anything, I feel like I'm learning new things about myself. I have built a significantly better relationship with my family. My brother is my best friend, my mom is my best friend. My family truly are my best friends, and I love them with all my heart. And moving here and getting closer and closer to them has literally made me feel so incredibly fulfilled. It is without a doubt the thing that is the most important to me in my life as my family. And I feel so grateful that I get to see them all the time, that I live within 10 minutes from them, because this is not something that I've experienced since I was in high school. And makes me emotional. It makes me very thankful and grateful that I have a family that I love, that I have people that I could spend every single day with and laugh with and do nothing with. And I feel so incredibly blessed to have so much love in my life. Even though it's not romantic love, it's love that I value and that I cherish. And I'm really excited to continue to fostering those relationships that I have here and to continue building better relationships with new friends that I've made here as well. And then I do think that I want to continue to think about dating in this next year as well, being more intentional with the people who I choose to go on dates with, because to be totally transparent, I get asked out very frequently. I've never had a lack of surplus of people that are interested in me. But that's not reciprocated very often on my end. And I want to make sure that the people who I am selecting to go on dates with or choosing to spend time with are people who I really think align well with me, who I think bring added value to my life and I to theirs, not one way or one sided or vice versa or anything along those lines. I want to make sure that we're aligned in values and the way that we like to spend money and the way that we like to travel around the world or not, and all of those things. I want a person who is going to make me feel like they are an addition, a complement to who I am, to my core, not someone who makes me feel like I have to change my entire life or who I have to shrink myself for because they feel inferior to the level of success that I've had in my life. So that's a really, really lofty goal. And I don't know if it's one that we'll achieve, but it's something that I do want to be more intentional about with who I am, attracting into my life. In terms of career, I know I really want to hit 300,000 followers on TikTok. I think that will happen pretty soon here. I would love to hit 100,000 followers here on YouTube. This is my absolute favorite platform. I love spending time with you all. I love getting to share my life with you all. And it's really the area that I want to be able to continue to foster and to build and to feel like there's such a strong and connected community that is here on this channel. So YouTube is definitely going to be a big focus for me this year, and it's something that I'm really excited to continue to explore with you all and to inspire you all to live your best lives, to pursue your dreams, to feel confident and beautiful and empowered in the body that you have and the person that you are, because that is so important, to just accept yourself. We have one body, we have one life. Don't spend it just so focused on changing it. Embrace where you are and allow yourself to really live. Don't put your life on pause because you don't look the way that you want or you aren't the certain pant size that you want to be. Live your life now. Anyways, I know this has been kind of a ranty little session, but I really wanted to just kind of put some of my intentions out there for 2025, let you all know what's going on with me, and tell you all to buckle up because it's going to be a wild ride this year. And I'm so excited to take you all along. That's all I got for you today. And I love you all so much. You mean so much to me. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.